because this is literally the largest migration that occurs on Earth, and it occurs every night. It is larger than like the migrations of the wildebeest and stuff on the plains of Africa in terms of biomass. So, and it happens every night, all the time, for these animals. So we actually discovered this migration during World War II when they started using sonar a lot, right, looking for German U-boats. And so we had these boats out in the open ocean, and they were taking, using their sonar, and they knew that they were in water that was thousands and thousands of feet deep. They knew where their bottom was. But on these sonar plots, they kept getting these weird readings. So at about like 1,000 to 1,600 feet, they'd get what they called a false bottom. So the sonar person who was manning the sonar, looking at the reading, was getting like these shadowy plots, like a reading of a bottom, at like 1,600 to 1,000, or 1,000 to 1,600 feet. They're like, that's weird. We know that we're in water that's thousands of feet deep. What could this possibly be? And then they also noticed that during the day, it was down here around 1,600 feet, and then at night, it would come up towards the surface. And they even noticed, if the moon was full, that little, shadowy plot would stay deeper in the water. If it was a new moon, there was no moon, it would come up closer to the surface. Even to the point where, if a cloud passed over the moon, it would rise up closer to the surface. They're like, what the heck is going on? What is this? This weird bottom thing that moves. So they pulled a net behind the boat at this depth, and they pulled up whatever was there. And what they found was a bunch of fish, squid, krill, and all of these migrating animals. So they found all of these migrating animals. Crazy. Bless you. So they pulled up squid and krill, shrimp, bunch of stuff, and all of these fish. The squid and krill and stuff, those actually don't contribute to the deep scattering layer, which is the technical term for what those shadowy plots that were on the sonar. They called that the deep scattering layer. Those guys, the krill and shrimp and copepods and stuff, those don't really contribute to the deep scattering layer because the sonar beams just pass right through their body. But what actually contributes to it are the lanternfish and the other fish that have swim bladders that have air in them. And those swim bladders that have air are what scatter the sonar beams and cause this false bottom to form. So that's how they discovered the vertical migrations of these animals. These vertical migrations are important because they help to increase the food supply of the mesopelagic zone, because as these mesopelagic fish migrate up to the surface and eat up here, there's more food up here for them to eat, so a bigger population of these fish can be supported. And so as they swim back down and up, they swim by the non-migrating fish and provide a food source for them, and more of a food source because their population is larger. And then also as they swim down, they actually create little tiny vortexes behind them that help to kind of pull out some of the detritus and stuff from the surface waters towards the mesopelagic zone. So